Well, hello, Sunday morning scholars, my Sunday school group. I need to tell you what's been going on with me. I've been involved in some other liturgical, church related activities, and I've been out of pocket for most of this week. I'm back here with you. We are late, but I always say I'd rather be late at the pearly gate than arrive in hell on time. Therefore, my brothers and sisters, young ones, little ones, Pastor Walters on the air for you. And we're going to deal with our Sunday school lesson for this day. And it's going to be found in the book of Genesis. The chapter is going to be 33. We're going from verse 22 to the end of the chapter. Verse 22 to the end of the chapter. I may have the chapter wrong. You look it up. It's a story about when Jacob's name was changed to Israel. And we're going to start right there. My brothers and sisters, another story about brother trouble. All the way through the Bible, New Testament and Old Testament. And we have studied recently about Esau and Jacob and their fighting even in the womb of their mother, struggling against each other. They struggled for the father's birthright, which means blessing. They ended up separating, and today we see Jacob, the younger son of the twin, with an entourage. He has family, he has employees, he has an enormous amount of wealth, and he's marching across the country, getting ready to cross the river. And he does something very strange. He sends his family across first, and then he sends his possessions over. Now you remember, we know him to be a trickster. We know him to be a person that we refer to today as a strategic planner, but not in the will of God, in the will of himself, and it always costs him. He's always cunning, as my grandmother would say. He's always plotting, he's always scheming, he's always trying to figure it out himself, instead of allowing the Lord to plot his path. Let me make an application right there. If you and I've been one of those who think we have a better idea and that the Lord needs to catch up with us in our thinking, we're in for a rude awakening. We need to wait on the Lord and allow the Lord to lift us up on eagle's wings. Amen. All right, back to what we're talking about. So we see him. He's moving. He's left Laban, his uncle. His uncle taught him about how to be a rancher. He has come up, accumulated all this wealth, his large family. Why did he send his family across first? He was scared that Esau was going to kill him. Now, why would Esau even want to kill him? Because he defrauded Esau. He lied along with his mama and stole the birthright, and he thinks that he's still mad with him. Brothers and sisters, when we don't experience forgiveness, when we don't apply forgiveness, when we don't apologize, when we don't seek forgiveness, now we can't do anything about the other person, but we can do about us in our heart. You are going to be uncomfortable to meet the person you defrauded, the person that you did mischief to, the person that you have wronged, the person who you know you have offended. You're going to be a little shy and timid to meet them if you have messed up that relationship in the past. That's what Jacob has done. And he thought like his brother. Let me put it this way. He thought like he would think if he was his brother. My brother's coming to kill me. He got every right. He's justified. I messed over him real good. He's coming to kill. He even sent a scout out to investigate the situation. The scout came back and said, I saw you, brother. And he's coming with 400 soldiers. Well, my brother Jacob felt like this was the end. Surely he won't kill the women and children. Surely this coward, you can call it strategic planning if you want to, but this coward hid behind the women and the children, using them as a test to send them across the river, and then he divided his company his followers into two groups. Part of the cattle, part of the people, he divided them up. So if Esau conquered, destroyed one, he'd have something to fall back on. He's always scheming. Lord's never part of his plan. Sending everybody across. When they got across the river, he decided he was lay down. He didn't cross with them. What you think about that? He decided he'd lay down to rest that night. Rest didn't come. A man came, attacked him in his mind, and they wrestled all night long. The Bible first considers this person an angel. Remember, the word angel means messenger. So that's a true statement. These two statements are not in conflict. But Jacob, after struggling with this man all night long and found out this man had superhuman strength, he could not conquer him, he said, I have seen the face of God. And God let him go. But he said to the Lord, I will not let you go until you bless me. Now he got this thing about negotiating. Now he's going to negotiate. Now he stole one birthright. Now he's negotiating for another birthright. And the Lord lets him know who's God. God said, you have struggled against man and angels and struggled with God. I'm going to let you win. I remember when I was a little fella, my cousin would come from Chicago. He's a big guy. He was one who was involved in he was an Eagle Scout. He was strong. He worked out. He was muscular. I admired him so. He had a nice uniform. He had those combat boots that were spit shine. And he would challenge me to arm wrestling. Oh, I get right there, get my elbow up, and I push. Every now and then, he'd let me win. We will never be able to compete with God. But every now and then, the Lord, for his purpose, will let us win. So, after Jacob made this negotiation, the Lord said, okay. But when he released him, he touched him, took his hip out of joint. Now, I got some of those arthritic hips. I know what it feels like to go hip hopping along the trail with my cane, amen. My brother Jacob had the sign that he had been with God with him for the rest of his life to remind him, because he quickly forget. He would have went bragging, I met the Lord, I told the Lord what I wanted him to do, and you see where I am today. No, the Lord said, you're the type of personality that I have to put something on you, something in you, to remind you that you've been with God. The place of God, Bethel, that you've been with God. God sometimes has to do something to us to let us know you're not on your own. You didn't accumulate this wealth on your own. It was the plan of God. And sometimes we have to hop. Sometimes we have to walk a certain way to let people know I am dependent upon the Lord. You don't think I sit here and do this Bible study just because I'm so wonderful, because I got all this knowledge. It is of God. How do I do this without sin? How do I study? It is of God. How can I convince this young lady to come out and help me? It is of God. I take no credit. So the Lord has put a mark in my body where I can't brag about what Walter Cross is doing. I just have to admit to all of you, it's the Lord. You're going to be the seed of a great nation. I promised that to Abraham and on down the line, and to your father and to your grandfather. But I have to remind you, you're not doing it on your own. And he goes across the river to meet. I'm going to skip forward just a little bit, goes beyond this chapter. But he met Esau with an embrace. Amen. Oh, it's not like it was. Not like it was at the beginning. They were born in the same womb. They were close at one point in time. But they did embrace. My brothers and sisters, trust God in a difficult time. God bless you. I want you to tune in to our anticipated worship. That's the worship service of Lonsdale United Methodist Church. That's the church that I'm blessed to serve. It'll be on YouTube. That's the name of the channel. Also, under Pastor Walter Cross, look for a word for today. Also, look for under Martin Chapel United. Martin Chapel United, and you'll get another worship experience based on the Sunday's worship service. God bless you. Pastor loves you. Talk among yourselves. And remember our theme for the day. Trust God under difficult times. You know, we sat around these meetings. Here's sermon number 3. We sat around these meetings and we talk about, I got an idea. That's fine and good. Pray first. Then trust God, and He will show you the way. Pastor out of here. Pastor loves you. Take care. God bless you.